Happy Sunday, y'all. My new project. I saw another van dweller video yesterday or last night. He was actually using pencil pouches to be a little organized in the front of the vehicle. You know how we all have those little ketchup packets and mustard packets, all those little condiment packets from the fast food places that we really shouldn't be out going to that much. We really need someplace to put them besides throwing them in little cubby holes. I found these today in the craft section at Walmart. Couldn't find pencil pouches, but I thought that was a super idea. So I went for these. I got 2 of them. I have enough Taco Bell sauce for probably 4 or 5 meals, because I went to Taco Bell weeks ago and I asked for a few packets of sauce. I got a handful of sauce. Granted, I appreciate it because I'll use it. But I had no place to put it. And I've been back 2 or 3 times since. And every time I get sauce thrown in there. It's like, I've got so much sauce. So that'll take about half of this. But I have so much little things floating around the front. I have one for condiment packs and one for my little wires to where I don't have to be digging. And if I like how it works out, I've got enough little stuff to get a couple more of these. So, take my little marker and write on here what's in there. And that'll be great. Try to clean up the front end a little bit. It's pretty much organized back here, best I can organize such a small space. But the front, you know, you got that little doghouse thing. You got that little doghouse thing right there. And cubby holes there. You got 1, 2, 3. You got like 5 little holes up there. And you got a cabinet down here. And then I've got a basket up there. It's like, I got stuff everywhere. Except one thing. I do have books in the basket. So. And I keep my Bible in the basket up there too. Then on Sunday mornings, it's just easier to grab that on my way out the door to church. So that's its little home when I'm not looking at it, reading it. So everything needs its place in the van. Right now I do have some things out of place, but I started transitioning over to wintertime stuff, and we haven't got winter yet. So my sleeping bag that I usually pull out for wintertime is actually rolled up, folded up, and shoved underneath the bed, trying to keep it from opening up, because I don't know where my straps are that I usually hold it together. I actually stuck it in a bin in storage over the summertime, because last winter when I pulled it out, took the straps off and I put them somewhere. I said, and I remember it's one of those times where you say, I'm going to put this here so I'll have it when I need it. It's a safe place so you don't lose it. I have no idea what I did with them. I don't know where they are. But when they're not in use, they're so kind of small anyways. They could be mixed up with something and I can overlook them easy. So the sleeping bag that I love to use during the wintertime is just rolled, folded, and shoved under the bed. And then it leaves stuff sitting out here that should be under the bed. I had to put it somewhere. But yeah, since my last video, about a week and a half after my last video, I ended up with ear infections and strep throat. I was super sick for a couple weeks. After the end of the first week, it got to the point where I couldn't swallow. So I went to urgent care. And the first question is, why didn't you come in sooner? It's called procrastination. The doc just looked at me. It's like, I knew I was sick, but I didn't start thinking that it was serious until the day before I went. And then I started thinking, I've got strep. Sure enough, I left work early that Friday and went straight to urgent care. Mind you, I didn't run a temperature the entire week. I wasn't running a temperature. I mean, I felt bad enough that I would check it. But I didn't run a temperature. And I wasn't running one at the doctor's office. It was supposedly normal. But sure enough, test came back strep. So I was miserable for the longest. I'm getting too old for this stuff. It's just hard to recover. And then they put you on an antibiotic and prednisone, and prednisone makes you mean. Mix that in with feeling super bad and not wanting to be at work and not being able to hold your head up hardly and just feeling horrible. Yeah, I was a little touchy for over a week. Pretty sure I only snapped at one person though. So, but I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Wouldn't wish it on anybody. But I haven't done anything. I have been super lazy. I am back to 100%. But I have been super lazy. I don't think I've ever talked about the perforated vinyl. It's on my windows. You can see out when it's not raining. I mean, you can see out kind of right now. But nobody can see in unless I turn a light on. And then they'd be able to see in. But if you were standing outside that window, the only thing that you'd be able to see if you looked close enough would be the light from my cell phone facing the window. So, for added protection on this fan, and with my daughter's help, perforated vinyl went on all the windows all the way around the van, except of course for the front end. And it's nice. It gives you a lot of privacy. And done right, it doesn't look bad. I tried the white, and that was kind of ugly. So, I mean, I thought it would look pretty good with a white van and have whited out windows. It was ugly. And there's a video on here, me changing that out. But the black isn't as noticeable. And it does serve its purpose. So that was something else that I'd seen with another van dweller. And I thought that was a super idea. So I took on that one. With my daughter's help, we got all the windows done. It is getting late and the sun, well, there wasn't really sun today. But in about an hour and a half, it's going to be dark. And I really need a light on in here. That means I'd have to put the curtains up, and I'm not ready to close up the curtains. So my van, I've done nothing except change out my little throw that I keep over there. That paper towel rack, I really like that paper towel rack. Really, really like it. The thing really holds the paper towels in place. I haven't had to clip them to keep them from unrolling while I'm driving. I really like it. But today, I'm driving down the road and I hear this thud. And I turned my camera on to where I could see back here. I could not see while I'm driving. After all this time that I've had it taped up there, it fell off. Scared the daylights of me. I couldn't imagine what could have made that sound back here. So I've got it stuck back. I'm probably going to have to find my two-sided adhesive and redo it. It landed on the lid of my porta potty. Didn't crack it, thankfully. But I guess when it starts coming off again, I'm going to have to pay it more attention. And when it starts coming off again, I'm going to have to use my double-sided tape on it and secure that little booger back down. It's just, I guess, I haven't ran my heat. So I can't say it got too warm back here. But that is a thought when I do start running my heat. Because the heat will radiate across and it may interfere with the adhesive holding it in place. So I'm going to have to watch it during the winter time. Whenever we get winter. Things have been different since Helene hit Western North Carolina. I mean, other than some counties being just literally destroyed, the weather's been different. It's been unusually warm, which on one hand is good because of those that have been displaced. A lot of people have gotten little tiny homes. A group has brought in a bunch of those storage sheds that are big enough to make a little tiny home out of. Not the great big 2-story ones, just the smaller version. Another group or two has campers coming in for them. So they are starting to get shelter and they're starting to get stuff on their property. So they can have some heat and a safe place to be. Because it is going to get cold. We're going to end up soon down into the 30s or of course under that too. So the warmer temperatures has been good for that aspect, that they haven't had a place to go. So, but it's getting better. It's going to be a work in progress. There's a lot of places that you can't go to yet because they are still working, and they're going to be working for a long time. There's roads that aren't there anymore. But it's going to be a long haul. Yeah, but there's a lot of people from this state and other states around the country in Western North Carolina working to clean up and rebuild and get everything back in order. So I won't talk about FEMA. I won't talk about government agencies. I didn't need them, so I don't know, bottom line, exactly what everyone's experience is. I've heard a lot of rumors. I've heard a lot of stuff, negative and positive. So I don't have an opinion because I don't have to deal with them. Just seeing videos of the area has been heartbreaking. and they're still finding people. Um, the thing is, they have cadaver dogs in the area, and they're marking wherever they react to. But the thing is it people or is it animals? So, but I have heard that they're getting closer to having the parkway open. My favorite place to go on the weekends. To a point, Pisgah National Forest has been reopened, and that's about as far from me as the parkway is, so that's another favorite place for me to go. There's a lot of places that we can't get to yet, so I've pretty much stayed around Hendersonville. But I've got this cabin fever, you might say. I really need to go somewhere. I really need to go somewhere. So I have planned a few days off. We're closed for Christmas, and that's on a Wednesday this year, and I'm taking a 4-day weekend after that. My plans for that week, my original plans, have fallen through. So, gotta plan something else now. Yep. But I just wanted to get on here and touch base and let everybody know that I'm still here. One thing that's not yet 100% for me being sick is my eating. I've cooked very little. Fried eggs, scrambled eggs, and I don't do a lot because nothing's really tasted good. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yep. I'm getting there. Can't believe how quiet it is. The rain has stopped. I'm actually parked outside my workplace right now because they're not busy, so not too many cars are around. Yeah, I don't hear anything. It's kind of weird. I think it's a good time for a nap when it's this quiet. All right. Happy Sunday, y'all. I'm getting off here. Y'all have a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy your week. If you liked anything about this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And maybe next time we'll try something different on the cooking side of things.